Alright, here's my PD plan, which I'm going to present the three areas of which I feel that I need professional development in, and talk about some tools that I have found to help, that I've curated, and talk about how they can help me get my vision in motion. Here's what I would like to do after a semester of learning and growing, and thank you for an incredible semester. This has been a wonderful course, and I've learned so much in it. I really do enjoy it. I'm just going to present my timeline here in the first slide to get it out of the way. I'm talking about January, actually probably starting next week when I get off on break, working January or mid-December through August. The first area is mobile learning. And I had the good fortune of doing mobile learning as my area of growth and expertise, and I really enjoyed that topic and exploring it and getting a deep dive and presenting it to the class. I would like to expand my use of mobile tools, mobile apps, be able to find better ways to manage mobile learning in the classroom and to explore its uses, and to, obviously it's a area that's growing exponentially, just kind of keep up with it, get my arms around it, and figure out how we can really make mobile learning work. In the school that I'm in, we are far from one-to-one, but we do have a population of students that has quite a bit of smartphones, and that type of thing that we could utilize and tap into. It's not 100%, but with some of the few computers and laptop carts that we have, I think we can get pretty close to one-to-one. So I would like to tap into the power of mobile learning, expand the use of mobile tools, just explore mobile learning in general. One of the apps that I did curate for this that I want to start using more is Kahoot, which works great on mobile phones. Obviously some of the apps they have a desktop component, but this one works particularly well. Also, some of the other apps that work great on phones are Google Classroom, Google Drive, and those sorts of things. So there's so much power for me as an English as a second language teacher, being able to use Google Translate, Google Maps, very powerful stuff, and being able to do it right on a student's phone is just incredibly easy and powerful. And this is technology that if they own it, they know how to use it pretty well. We now have pretty reliable Wi-Fi that's new as of 2016, 2017, at least in my building. So it's a game changer. And the next step is making sure there's devices that the kids can have to get into this Wi-Fi. Then my next area of professional development that I want to focus on, which kind of goes hand in hand, I think all three of the areas that I picked sort of complement one another, but this one is blended learning, focusing primarily on the idea of flipping the classroom. In other words, using that combination of e-learning and face-to-face learning, but using it in the sense of flipping the classroom. And what I mean by that is it's defined in various ways by different authors and different practitioners, but essentially I think we all agree on the definition of flipping the classroom as the traditional classroom would be there's a lecture, there's a quiz, maybe there's a lab if it's some sort of science course. This situation would be no more lectures in class, no more information presented necessarily in class, at least only as needed. Most of that would be presented online. It would be presented to students through video, through audio, through documents. You could use an LMS manager. Some of the things that I looked at that I curated, some of the resources that we'll talk about briefly are Schoology, Google Classroom, Edmodo, any kind of Moodle or other LMS system are ways to host it easily. Also, I think I would like to eventually be able to create my own system for that, because all the systems seem limited to some extent. Right now, Google Classroom is probably the one that I like the most, and it provides tons of potential for creating a blended, flipped classroom environment. Also, I teach a wide variety of topics. I teach English as a second language. I also teach our yearbook class, and I teach our newspaper class, which is actually a video broadcasting class since it's 2016. And pretty much people consume news through video at this point. And so we have kids making videos, creating videos, and using all kinds of technology to go around and still utilizing good journalistic skills. So most of the class is spent, just to use the newspaper class as an example, we're spent like doing the work. But the students are student journalists, obviously, and they don't know how to do journalism. So creating videos and flipping that classroom is the only way that I can do it. It's something I'm not doing this year because it's my first year in that classroom, but it's something that I see that technology as being huge to help make that program successful. I also see I would like to put all these tools up there because I'm an Adobe education leader. I have been for 10 years. Continue to learn and grow and utilize Adobe tools. I teach a lot of Photoshop. I teach Premiere Pro, sort of as asides to the content of like putting together a yearbook, putting together a newspaper. So I'm using all kinds of technology, just keeping improving my technology skills and being able to create resources to flip that classroom. Gamification is another area. Mobile learning, flipped classroom, gamification, those are sort of the trilogy for me. Those are the things that I really think are exciting in education right now. So I've got Badge Maker, the idea of creating badges, setting up good routines, learning goals, roles for kids, making it thematic, which is all part of universal design for learning, creating safe spaces, and just letting the kids have fun. This is a great game that I found online. It's about doing research, and as an English teacher I definitely appreciate being able to make something like research, which is generally not considered to be fun for a lot of kids. I'm trying to make it fun, make it interesting, and you can see the gamification elements in there where they get rewards, and so forth. That's it. That's my show. I appreciate you listening and watching, and again, the timeline for this is from about now to the end of the summer semester before school starts in 2017, 2018. So anyway, happy holidays. Thank you so much for a wonderful semester, and we will see you soon.